What's up, guys and girls? I am doing some leaders for my good buddy Matt Hallseth, and I kind of want to show you what his method is. We've got a few other friends that do the same method. This is for doing bead leaders, and it's a really cheap, economical way to do this. You don't need extra parts and components like bobber stops and pegs and all that kind of stuff. So, if somebody's looking for a cheap alternative, here it is. So this is 40-pound monofilament, just cheap monofilament, and we're going to be making these rings like this. So those rings are going to end up being the stops. So the way that we're going to do this, see how it comes off the spool. It's got a lot of memory, super springy. So I'm going to show you how to do this very efficiently. So you just make a big pile, almost like a slinky. Looks like a slinky. So once you got your slinky of monofilament, all right, then you're going to take a pair of scissors and you're going to cut through all of them. So now you've got these rings. Now these rings, again, are going to end up being our stops for our beads. So I have a bunch of size 1 hooks tied onto 12-pound fluorocarbon. And when I talk about spacing, I like to say that if you have sausage fingers like me, you're a big guy, 2 fingers is probably enough. So if you got dainty little lady fingers, you might want to go with 3, just so you got enough space from the hook. So let's go with 2. We'll take one of our little monofilament rings, and we're gonna cross them over like that and lay those 2 tag ends parallel to the leader like that. So now the tag end that's closest to me, I'm going to wrap over the other 2 3 times through this loop. So 1, 2, 3. Try and tighten it down a little bit. So just make it easier to move, but also set it in place. So that looks like pretty proper spacing right there. Maybe move it up just a hair. Now we're going to take a pair of pliers, grab the tag end that's closest to the hook, and then using your fisherman's third hand, bite on the other tag end, pull tight. Just pull the 2 ends of the monofilament here. So now we've got our spaced peg there. So the bottom half, you want to cut really close to the knot. Top half, you want to leave about a 1/2 inch of spacing. About like that. So now you have your peg. So now when you slide on hard bead, acrylic bead, should stop right there at the peg. Now this will also work with soft beads. Just like that. So now, show you another little trick. I've got some other videos on this knot. This is called the Duncan loop. So the purpose of this knot is if you're running 2 trailing leaders, you can throw the loop over another hook and cinch it down, and then you've got a leader attached to another hook. So you make a loop, and then turn it around so that you have another loop that's parallel. I don't know if you can see that. This loop is parallel to the leader. Same deal. You're just going to go 1, 2, 3. So you're basically tying that same knot over the line, but with a loop at the top. You cinch that down. This is fluoro, so you want to wet it a little bit. And now you have a sliding loop knot. This is called the Duncan loop. Trim off your excess. I like to leave a little bit of an excess tag end because you can actually open it up by pulling on the tag end. Tighten it back down. So you just throw that loop over hook, ready to go. So I'm going to put this on the leader roll. So if you guys like that, check out my book, The Bead Bible. You can get it from Amato Publications. Hoping to have it ready at the Sportsman Show. We'll see. Thanks, everybody.